These are the biggest differences I've noticed traveling between Ghana and Nigeria. To an outsider, Ghana and Nigeria are basically neighboring countries. They both speak English, they have a lot of similarities, they're in West Africa. You would think that they would be the same, but that is not at all true, and I'm going to talk about the biggest differences I saw. The first is just how people dress. If you were to go out on a Saturday night in Nigeria, you went to a nice restaurant, everyone there would be in traditional clothes. You would see all the men wearing senator suits. You don't see that at all in Ghana. In fact, you're way more likely to see people in Western clothing, even wearing tank tops going out at night. You're just not going to see those traditional clothes. I think that just comes down to Ghana being a way more relaxed place than Nigeria. Not to say that Nigeria is intense or anything, they're just a lot more formal. Ghana's just a lot more relaxed, anything goes kind of vibe, and in many ways it reminds me of the US or the Caribbean. Like, I feel more at home in Ghana, it feels more similar to where I'm from than I am in Nigeria. Speaking of chill, just the way Ghanaian people greet each other compared to Nigerians is so different. So in Nigeria, if you're ordering a Bolt or an Uber, the way it works is you order your ride and then the driver is going to call you, and you have to do this little dance with them. And so they're going to call you and they're going to say hello. You say hello. They say good evening. You say good evening. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Then you have this long pause and everyone's not trying to say it, but finally you get to it. You say, please, I ordered the ride. And then this is the point where you finally actually tell them where you want to go. You say, yes, I ordered the ride. I'm going here. This is where I am. Will you come and get me? And then they'll come and pick you up. In Ghana, the Bolt or Uber driver literally just comes and picks you up. They don't even call you. All you have to do is literally say like hello, maybe good evening, but you don't have to go through like the whole formal process that you do in Nigeria just to greet someone to do anything. Going back to being chilled, one of the biggest differences between Ghana and Nigeria are the markets and how they operate. In Ghana, the markets are pretty simple. You can just go and buy something if you want or not if you don't. But in Nigeria, the biggest difference is at the markets. Of course, at every market, you have people that are selling their things. But in Nigeria, you have people that are looking for jobs that just come to the market. They don't have anything to sell, but they will sell other people's things to you and get a commission off of it. So in Nigeria, when you're in the market, everyone's like, oh yeah, come and see something. Nigerians are just hustlers. Like, they will do anything to make $1. Always working. That's something like I really respect about Nigerian people, but like the biggest difference is like Ghanaian people are chill. They are not like that. So like, for example, if you're waiting for a car or a bus to fill up in Ghana, you're going to wait a lot more, because in Nigeria, there are people who aren't even associated with the car or bus, but they are going and trying to find people to come and sell a seat in that car or bus so that they can make a commission off of it. In Ghana, people just don't do things like that. Another big difference is just being a white person traveling between these two countries and the reactions of the different people. So in Ghana, they really don't make a big deal out of it, don't really care. They have a lot of tourists in Ghana compared to Nigeria, so the reaction is very different. But in Nigeria, whenever I go anywhere, they're like, oh, Yibo, how far now? How you day? It's always a big deal to go somewhere in Nigeria. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like people are really nice. They'll go out of their way to greet you. But in Ghana, they are just a lot more relaxed, don't really care. I think one of the last biggest differences I noticed was the street food in the night markets. So in Nigeria, of course, you have some informal night markets, but in Ghana, they have very formalized night markets where you can get food very cheaply. In Ghana, these night markets have more of a Southeast Asia vibe, where they are actually a destination in and of themselves. You want to go there to eat, you want to go there to try the food. In Nigeria, though, when you find food at night, it's very focused on working people, just convenience. It's not a destination. It's just something that they want to sell. Even me, as someone who's traveled throughout all of Africa, it's really easy to think that Ghana and Nigeria are going to be the same just because they're so close. But it's really surprising how many differences there are between the two countries, and it was really amazing to see it all.